So we would know that this is the mega menu from Denise. I learned a lot from Denise's course, so definitely take the course from her.
Which course
where do I
is
want to
that?
start? I don't even know the name of it. It was 2-3 years ago, the QEP course.
Publisher.
The
publishing
yes.
course. Okay,
The
thank you. That was a little
course.
that was a little advertisement. Thank you.
Yes, it was, but it was well worth it. Out of all the courses, other than, anyway, I won't go there. What do we want to talk about? There's a couple things. Let's look at technology. In our area, we have things called technology standards. I'm going to probably just show you the data for that first, just so you got a basic gist of what it is. So technology standards contain a bunch of components. These components have a category, either baseline or other, retirement, containment, that type of thing. There's a description, there's people tied to it, dates, blah, blah, blah. So in here, when Jacob was giving the demo, you saw graphs on the right-hand side. Normally, the graphs that you see are for everything. So if I was to look at technology standard, it would be a list, a count of all the technology standards that are in baseline or all containment. And that's not what I was looking for. I wanted, when I click on a standard, I want that graph to change. Let me just scroll down. So this one has a baseline. There's 6 apps that are in accessibility, and you'll see that it'll change when I do this. And there, this one's at 11. And it was to be able to change the content based on what I selected. That was a wow, awesome moment for me, as well as report. So I think we've all had the basics on report template, if that's the right term. And oh, it's been a while since I've selected this. So the first time it takes a bit for it to load, so we'll just give this a minute. But this is the formal report that can be generated. This changes based on what I selected. So if I flipped another one, you'd see that the template would change. These are QRVs in here. And again, I'm looking at just show me the baseline apps versus the retirement app. So, it's giving you a count of what the retirements are for this application. And then you can list all of the applications. So that was kind of key for me, for it to be able to change on the fly. Looking for home here. The other thing that we're doing in the BA world is we would have a project. Now, we got a lot of projects on the go, so we're really setting up a workspace for every project. So a project would have drivers, goals, and objectives. They're related to one another. A project has a relationship to a driver, and then the drivers break down to goals, to objectives, and then all the way down. So this was a way to, if you know what your driver is and your course of action, you can create them here, which isn't a big deal. Just click on the tile and it would create it. But if you want to relate them, you could relate all of them to a project, and I think I would use the hashtag that I saw that Jacob giving a demo on. But then it would be a project to a driver, driver to goal, goal to objective. This diagram's a bit busy. So you can click on the diagram, and there was this modeling, and it's old. I think it's been there for the longest time, but to be able to walk a client through more like a PowerPoint deck in QEP, to be able to say, okay, this is what I need from you. You need to tell me what your drivers are and what your goals are. And then I'm going to take that content and I'm going to work with it, and I'm going to do an impact assessment. I'm going to look at the stages, the streams, the capabilities, and the services. From that, I'm going to give you the capabilities back, and you need to give me some other things. And then from there, blah, 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 blah. But the idea was here to be able to walk through the tool and give them some pictures on, this is what I need you to do. And I thought that was kind of neat. I haven't seen that in a while. or what else can I show you? Projects, require project list. I've been putting demo, just temp stuff in, so there's really no content here. But to be able to tell me how many drivers, what are they for this? You know, I got my 2 drivers, and I don't have any goals set up, but I do have an objective and an outcome. To be able to click and know what they are, quick glance kind of thing. Again, I can look at the formal report. I can look at, I was looking for this in Jacob's demo. I have a bug, and I don't know if it's a 10.2 thing here, but I have more tabs along the top here. I can't get to them. I can go like this, but I still don't see. And if I do this and then do this, I get my little arrow. That wasn't there before. And I noticed on his, the arrow was always there. So I think it might be a fix in 10.3. So it allows me to scroll. There's my little arrow. They weren't there before until I did the restore and maximize. So one of the things that I'm looking for that I still don't know how to do is there's a lot of reports in here that have been done. There's a just for business traceability, but then there's solution traceability. This is all with requirements and stuff. No data because I haven't put it in for this one. We were looking at how do you get a pivot table out. Oh, of course I should, you know what? I'm going to jump into another workspace here. So we don't let people into the base. We let people into a workspace. And OASSIS, this is where you do all your work. And once it's promoted, it'll be shared to the base and others can then see that work. If you're working on that project, you'll have access to that workspace. But the idea is one repository with multiple workspaces. I'm just going to look for the QualiWare one. There's one that's got a little bit better data in it, which is what I was looking for. Youth. And again, I'm missing my arrow. See how the arrow is gone? I don't know why. Hopefully 10.3 fixes that. I can get a traceability. Oh, I was in the wrong one. There's a traceability report that goes the goal, the objective, and shows you all of that, which is great to send to a PDF, but at times, and Excel, but sometimes you want that formal report to be able to talk about the drivers and the goals and the other things that are details of the driver and the goal, like the description and other things in there. I want to say that's about it. That's my little demo on the things that I have done. And since I don't have any questions, I guess I'm good.
Hang on now. Anybody have any questions for JR? First of all, thank you very much for taking the time to show that to us. Any questions or comments from the audience on what you've seen?
I think my only thing, and maybe some people aren't there yet, and I find that's the case when I'm watching some of this. It's like, oh, that's really good, but I'm not there yet, not in QEP. One of the things that I think you need to remember out of this whole presentation is how the QRV works. I'll grab this guy. Normally, I was putting a filter on the generic query, and I was told that was wrong. Don't put it there. Put your filter in the query design. And this line is what says when I'm in QEP and I've selected something, whatever that something is, make your filter this. So don't show me all the technology standards, just show me the ones based on what I selected. So that I got from Sam. And that was key to getting all of that to work. And then once you put a filter here, because I didn't, if I run it here and then try to show my results or a preview here, it'd be empty because I didn't select that filter, and that filter is really filtering everything out. So what you would do is you would put in a concerns. So that way I could see my results, but this doesn't get passed into QEP. So I can now do a preview and look at what the access control is. I don't even know what the filter was set for, but baseline. But now when I apply that to QEP, it's going to apply it for, it ignores this concerns field. I would say that's about it.
Cool.
And then no different generic queries then feed, oh yeah, you know, that's the other biggie wow moment I had. I don't even know where I learned it from. QRVs, which are just so awesome. I didn't realize the wow of a QRV, that you can do so much with it. Oh yeah, oh, I do have one more thing. We need to talk about this QRV. So let's create a requirement list. This I got from Barry, which was just another moment. So what I'm looking for, name template, is you can change this header, which I didn't know you could do. And then when you click on this and do this you can change as well. The create, insert, remove. This can be changed. And when you do a create, an insert, this can be changed. So in my world, I have a business requirement links to a stakeholder. Maybe I only want to show stakeholder. Well, it's a requirement. So my name list here is going to be a requirement, but I need the type of requirement in here. And that's what I was looking for, is where did I put that? Maybe when I do an edit, I thought I put it in here. Insert. Anyway, this is all controlled by the QRV, which I didn't realize. Out of Denise's course, Denise, I didn't understand multi-link and select, and now I get it. That select is this select. No, is this select. I select them. And if it's a multi-link, these settings is the multi-link, which I didn't realize. So when I look at it, create, edit, insert, in this case, wherever this one is, I'm only letting you do an insert. I am not letting you do a create. And I didn't realize the power there. And it wasn't until Barry explained it. I went, oh, that is awesome. And then
you know that the select is also used for the single link items.
Single link?
So
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
so you can sort the list of what's showing in the select as well.
Yes. And then tying this QRV into the dialog layout. If I knew which one it was, it's got to be under requirement. I would have thought, oh. Anyway, I will show you where you would do it. Normally, this is your settings. It lists only the requirements here. Copy and paste the QRV to link the QRV into the dialog layout. That way, when you put the QRV here, this all gets configured based on that QRV. That was another moment. That's it. That's all I got.
Cool. Thank you very much, JR.
And it's so well documented in their document. So
yes,
it's
obvious.
Is. I don't know why it took you so long to figure it out.
I know. Yeah, well, I'm not the smartest
no,
guy, but how I would normally
obvious.
do it is
great.
Oh, and then there was the other QRV. You know, QRVs can get fed from a query design, but that was, I think, covered on Denise's course. And I keep saying Denise's course, but anyway, that's where I got my training from. It's here. You do your grid selectings and you select your generic query from here, and then do a build, and it just wipes out everything that you've done that manually did and just builds it from the QRV. And you get a lot more control doing it this way, because you can, your query design can go in all kinds of directions. Here I went 3, but you could have like 20 different things here, and your QRV could see all that, which is just awesome. Now I'm done. I keep
Great.
saying I'm done.
Yes, you're done. Now you're done. Thank you
done.
very much, JR. You're officially done. Goodbye.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Great. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that.